The Skyrim modding community creates some seriously interesting and impressive mods which really make our game something special. However, not all the mods that these talented mod authors create get enough attention and recognition for the amount of effort and hard work they put in. That's why in this video I've decided to cover some hidden gems.
I choose this as our goal.
Creatures of none.
All men are kings. If he breeds, he is sin.
Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Your Samson and Broom, all right? Bone man.
I would like to give a massive thanks to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. War Thunder is one of the most comprehensive vehicle combat games ever made. You can play as more than 2,000 different tanks, planes, helicopters and ships in dynamic combined arms PvP battles. Every vehicle is incredibly detailed and modelled down to their individual components, offering a highly immersive combat experience. The collection of vehicles in War Thunder goes back over 100 years, ranging from the 1920s to the present day. There are incredible graphics and 4K resolution, authentic sound effects and beautiful music, creating an atmosphere to fully immerse yourself in. My favourite part about the game is the variety of fully customisable vehicles ranging from air, ground and sea. Play War Thunder now on PC, Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 4 and 5 by using my link in the description and get a large free bonus pack, and without further ado, let's get into the video. The first mod we'll be taking a look at is Shouting Obliterates Skeletons, which is quite a minor mod but nonetheless very satisfying. Skeletons are a very common undead creature located all across the province in Skyrim. Being one of the weaker enemies you will face, they don't appear as much of a threat. However, they are quite often found in number and can prove to be quite the menacing foe if approached unprepared. Skeletons are, well, I mean they're just walking bones, right? So when you use a shout that is supposed to use force to push back enemies, you don't expect a fragile skeleton to stay in one piece. That's where the mod Shouting Obliterates Skeletons comes in. This mod, when used to attack a skeleton, completely demolishes the skeleton's figure, leaving behind just a pile of bones. It's super satisfying to use, and it's exactly what I imagine would happen to a skeleton if a shout of this magnitude is executed. The next hidden gem we'll be exploring is quite a large quest mod called Legends of Aetherium. This mod encourages you to explore the lost Dwemer ruins of Aetherium and track down the lost Aetherium weapons and armor. These artifacts are priceless and indescribably rare, but to obtain them you must venture through the dangerous dwarven ruins and face many powerful ancient machines. To start the Legends of Aetherium questline, you must either visit one of the following inns around Skyrim, which include the Bee and the Barb in Riften, the Frozen Hearth in Winterhold, Candlehearth Hall in Windhelm, or the Bannered Mare in Whiterun, where you will find a hiring notice. Alternatively, you can start the quest by heading straight to the excavation site south of Riften and Crystal Drift Cave. Throughout the ruins you'll find a new Aetherium ore, which can be mined at your disposal, allowing you a raw source of the new material Aetherium, which can be used to upgrade specific weapons and armor. You will delve deep into the cavern filled with running waterfalls and the golden glints of Dwemer pipework shooting out steam and flames. Huge bronze monuments of ancient weaponry and large staircases fill the halls throughout this visually stunning dungeon. However spectacular this all sounds, there are some things that lurk down in the deep Dwemer depths that most would prefer to leave there, but in order to find these artifacts, you must face them. The Legends of Aetherium mod adds a whole bunch of new weapons, armors, and items to the game. With all that being said, I think this mod is severely underrated and I highly recommend it. Another small but valuable hidden gem quite literally is Gems in All Mines. This mod distributes gem geodes throughout the mines of Skyrim, adding rubies, diamonds, sapphires, emeralds, garnets and amethysts, meaning you can collect these gemstones at your leisure. All you have to do is simply mine these geodes just as you would any type of ore. Admittedly, some of these geodes can already be found throughout Skyrim. However, the idea of this mod is to make them more accessible by planting them in every mine, giving you more of a reason to travel to these locations. This mod also adds the missing diamonds and garnet geodes to the game, which were previously non-existent, and adds delicate but noticeable touches to interiors of your Skyrim mines. In the times when you decide to delve into the dark depths of Blackreach, you may now see subtle pale lights in the far distance. This will be the rare diamond geodes sparkling and refracting in the vivid glowing mushrooms lights across the cavern. I think it's a really interesting mod as it allows you to forage all of the raw versions of these gemstones and travel to dangerous areas in order to collect them, rather than just them being in chests or stealing them. Next up we have Heart of the Reach, which is a quest mod set in the Forsworn infested Reach. To start the Heart of the Reach quest, you must speak to this priest, who asks you to help him save the Everbog by collecting 4 different ingredients, which are only located in the Everbog, for a potion to restore life to the heart of the swamp. However, there is also another NPC called Vanillion, who offers you a hefty reward to do the complete opposite and help him destroy the swamp by creating a poison to destroy the heart and the Everbog. The choice is yours. You set out on your journey southwest of Markarth to discover where this so-called Everbog lies. As you travel throughout the bog, you'll notice new flora, creatures, and even weapons, starting with the bog beacons, which illuminate the dark, dank paths. You can interact and pick them up, using them as an ingredient for alchemy purposes, as they are very common in the Everbog, and this is the first ingredient you must collect. The swamp may seem uninhabited to start with, however as you explore deeper, you will come across heavily populated camps of Forsworn, who will attack you on sight of course. Within the main bog lies 3 smaller areas, each containing one of 3 ingredients you've been sent after. The first is called the Everbog Bowels, marked by hand-carved spriggan masks. As you travel through the bowels, you will come across the new swamp spriggan that this mod has added. These vicious creatures spawn from within overgrown trees. You must slay one of these swamp spriggans in order to collect the second of the 4 ingredients required, the swamp taproot. The second area is called the Everbog Glen, which consists of lush green trees, an algae-covered pond, and an abandoned Forsworn camp. Although it's not actually abandoned, because the second of the new creatures this mod adds resides here. The Glen Hagraven, uglier and more powerful than its former cousin. You must slay this beast in order to recover the imbued algae from its lair, which is the 3rd ingredient needed for your potion or poison. The 3rd and final cavern is by far the largest of the 3. This is the Everbog Caverns, filled with web-covered walls, small streams and ponds and leafless trees. This is home to our last new creature featured in this mod, the moss spider. Swarms of them will lie waiting in the trees to drop on their next victim, covered in swamp algae with their poison-covered fangs ready and waiting for action. You must fight your way through these arachnids until you collect the final ingredient, the swamp spider egg. Once you have collected all of the 4 ingredients, you must head to one of the Forsworn camps, which has a cooking pot. At this stage, you are asked to either choose to brew the remedy of the heart or the poison of the heart. Depending on which side you choose here, each option will lead to different outcomes. Finally, you will come across the cavern containing the Heart of the Reach, surrounded by glowing bog beacons. This is at the stage where you will either save the Everbog or destroy it, so choose wisely. And if that wasn't enough, the Heart of the Reach mod also adds an additional 3 new weapons and a new ring to your Skyrim game. In my opinion, this is a very interesting quest mod, and I'm not quite sure why it doesn't have more recognition than it does. Now for a mod that goes by the name of Taunt Your Enemies. This mod is an intriguing one, as it gives you an actual reason to taunt your enemies. After you've suited up and found the perfect weapon, you might be ready to take on the wilds of Skyrim. However, you might unexpectedly stumble upon a rogue bandit, thief, or creature in the wilderness. Now instead of cowering in fear like the milk drinker you really are, you can now stand firm instead of being robbed or even killed. Equip or hotkey the power, taunt enemies, and perform it. This will lower the enemy's confidence, and also provide you with a 25% damage bonus for the next 15 seconds. Unlike in vanilla Skyrim, where your enemies often taunt, but it serves no purpose other than giving you a free hit, you should be aware that now your foe can also perform the taunt power, which will in turn buff themselves and lower your confidence. This mod comes with a taunting animation and sound which changes depending on what race is performing the taunt. In my opinion, it now adds more strategy to combat encounters, and instead of just running in randomly swinging your axe, it provides you with something else to instinctively do during your fights. Up next is a small quest and weapon mod created by Kazuhai, and it's only just been released, but it's made by a member of the Skyblivion team and I wanted to give it a bit of a boost. And it goes by the name of Skyblivion Akaviri Warblade. Whilst exploring the vast rocky hills throughout the Reach, you may remember stumbling across a location atop a peak, better known as the Skyhaven Temple. Yes, the one from the main quest. This mod adds a new decent-sized stone room within the temple, consisting of a large stone-sealed door with a pedestal to the side of it, stone pillars and a dining area. Atop the dining table lies a fair-sized map which has a specific location circled. This area is one which you'll have to find. Upon arrival at this location, you will find a hostile ghost who will show you no mercy, and after you have slayed the ghost, he will drop a special quest item, the Akaviri Circlet. The circle is the key to opening the sealed door, so you must return to Skyhaven Temple to claim your treasure. To open the door, you must place the Akaviri circlet onto the pedestal, which will open the door. As the door opens, it reveals the hidden treasure, which actually turns out to be a weapon. The Akaviri Warblade is an abnormally lengthy, two-handed katana-like weapon, with a glowing red-eyed dragon skull for a pommel. This is a very unique weapon capable of slicing through any foe which ends up on the wrong side of you. And in my opinion, it's just really well designed. I mean, heck, it's made by one of the best 3D artists on Skyblivion, so you would expect that. And that's all the hidden gems for this video. If you like this type of video, please let us know in the comments and leave any suggestions you might have. We try our best to incorporate as much as we can in future projects. Again, thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Play War Thunder now on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 4 and 5 by using my link in the description and get a large free bonus pack including multiple premium vehicles, a premium account, boosters, and much more. And finally, thanks all of you for watching. Make sure to support the channel by liking and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.